Hello, how you doing? I am your host, King, my kings and queens. Let's talk. What I'd like to talk about is when you're trying to get control of the class after they gave you your run for your money or a hard time for quite a bit. It could be a month or 2 months. It's not too late. Don't think that the battle is lost on your part. It's not lost. It's just the beginning. Um, Even if it's almost December, even though you're approaching the halfway mark, you can still get the kids to respect you. You gotta take it to the house. You gotta take it to the hoop. It's similar to doing layup, but see what you're doing is you have the ball. You are trying to do the layup, but then when the kids talk back to you, or if they say they don't care, they slightly yell at you. You don't finish because you did it. They're gonna block your shot. That's how you gotta treat the kids. Uh, Use that analogy with the kids. Finish what you started. So you're incomplete. You're incomplete in the layup. You're incomplete in taking it to the house, taking it to the hoop, and that's why they are not respecting you all the way. But they can. Uh, So what I want to say is just stick to your guns. Keep your foot. Put your foot down all the way, not part way. Because see, they don't take off. See, they are full time. I'm gonna give you a hard time. So you gotta be full time an adult. You gotta be full time the teacher. You can't be their friend. You can't be full time their friend and part time the teacher. It doesn't work that way. Because they say we like you, but we don't respect you, and you know that. You said we like you, but we don't listen to you. You let us get away with stuff. You let us get away with cursing. You let us get away with talking about you. You let us get away with um, yelling at you. So what you have to do is be full time. So not only yelling, but you have to take away points. You have to do the referral. I know it's easier said than done, but if you do it 3 times in a row with the most difficult students or the most difficult class, eventually they will come around. Even if you don't be in that class as you used to, they still have to respect you because you established to rapport, especially if you know all their names and they all know you too. You can't play around. You still have time to make it right. The halfway mark is just as crucial as the beginning. They'll let the kids think that, oh, since you waited this long, we're not going to listen to you. They'll let them think that they could disrespect you or be mean to you all the way to June. Sure, you might have lost 2 months, but you still have 6, 7 months for them to respect you. It's never too late. They'll be hard on yourself. They'll let the kids be hard on you. So, what you have to do is work on your class management. I know it's cliche. I know you heard it all before, but it, you have to set clear expectations every day. Even before you get in a classroom, you can say, "What's my 3 rules? What do I expect from you, and what do you expect from me?" Let it be a chant, or not a chant, but let it be a ritual. Let it be a tradition. Yeah, then they will get used to it. See, they're used to the fun side of you. They gotta get used to the discipline side of you, the serious part of you too. You once they get once they get used to both sides of you, then they will respect you. See, they just used to you just having fun. When you yell and put your foot down, they're not used to that, and that's why they are resisting it. That's why they're confused. That's why they give you a hard time. And even with those difficult students too, you might have to break it down to them. You have to break it down common sense, street smarts. If you just tell them not to curse, they'll be confused and keep on cursing, even though they know better and they trying to be smart. They can get away with it with you, not with the other teachers. You gotta let them know that you don't want them to curse because use you as an example. Say that you're the educator and you curse. You could tell them what would be the consequences if you curse. But break it down to them. It's saying if they keep on cursing, then they could get suspended or they could get expelled. If you curse, you either could get fired or you could get arrested. You can tell them the truth. They couldn't get arrested if they curse at the police officer, if they curse at the judge, if they curse at a higher authority, curse at the president, at the mayor. So tell them that's why you are being uh, you are being hard on them. Not really necessarily being hard on them, but you're not backing down. Where you tell them no cursing zone. You can tell them to just catch your word. Just as you catch your word with the other educators, you can catch your word with me. And you can make it easy for them. You can still be serious, but make it easy and fun for them by saying, "Oh shoot," or someone may say, "Oh shoot," "Oh snap," "Oh shucks," "Oh N word." And you don't say the whole word. You say O B word, O S word, O R word. But see, you catch the word, but make it look cool. See, right now I know I'm not making it as cool for them, so you gotta make it be serious, but make it interesting. So you gotta mix it up. Be serious, be confident, be playful with it. But I know you'll work on it and you'll find a way to add your own flavor, your own twist to it too, and tell that they can't have the cake and eat it too. Without knowing the flavor, without knowing the layer, without knowing the type of cake. They gotta know what they getting themselves into. I know you'll break it down to make it make a lot of sense. You could say respect is similar to. I'll get back to the respect part. I can't remember at this time, but what I want to tell you is if the students, those difficult students, those challenging students, always have something to say, you could say that I know you always have something to say or have something smart to say, but it doesn't excuse your behavior. Doesn't excuse your class behavior. Remember what I told you about expectations. I expect greatness out of you. I expect excellence out of you. That's why I am coming at you like this. Or you could say, you could push me. You could push my buttons, but I'm gonna push you to greatness. I'm gonna push you to excellence. Just as you helping me, I'm gonna help you too. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna help you. You can always say that line too. You could also say, "That's I see you know how to talk like a grown up. You could talk grown. You could get mad grown. You could curse grown. But can you listen grown? Can you do your work grown? That is a challenge. You could say, you know what? You might be. You might could fight me in the mind. You might could fight me with the curse words. But be careful with that. You might could fight me with in the mind. You might could fight me talking tough. But you can't beat me in strength. You can't beat me in attention getter. You can't beat me in dance. You can't beat me in uh, a fun game. Make it fun. Don't you gotta be careful with say you want to fight me. You gotta say you want to fight me in the mind. You want to fight me with the words. You want to fight me and be being witty. Once again, you can say you can fight me in the mind. You can fight me um, with talking tough. But can you beat me and be witty? And another thing too is when you want to do something fun, that should supposed to be the easiest way you could control the class. See, because they're at your mercy. Don't be at their mercy. Don't say please. They gotta say please to you because you're making it fun for them. Don't let them do whatever they want to do. For example, if you're watching a movie, don't say what movie you want to watch, guys. Please don't do that. They'll eat you up. You have to just show them the movie. If they don't comply or they don't listen, then you let them eat, but you pause the movie until they respect you, until they cooperate. You can't just always say what do you want to do. You know what you want to do, and they know what they're supposed to do. See, that's the thing. When you just always ask them what they want to do, they can't handle that. Even teenagers, you gotta just automatically do it. See, that's you pleasing them, but see, they're not pleasing you. There'll be a people pleaser for them. They gotta be a people pleaser to you sometimes. And once again, you can say, you don't always have to agree with me. You don't always have to listen to me. What I just am trying to do is um, say things that help you your life. Say things that make sense. And what I want you to do is to think about taking it into consideration. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other ear. Yeah, I'm not saying things to hear my voice or to toot my own horn. No pun intended. Don't laugh. I'm just playing. But I'm just saying these things to help you out, to help you be the best version of yourself. You gotta stick to it though. With all the classes, I know it's good. It might be tough. Don't be afraid of those difficult students who talk back to you. You can handle them. You have all the tools equipped to handle them. You can say what you can say you don't care. You can talk tough, but what I'm gonna do is to educate you, discipline you, uh, take away points, put in a referral on you, uh, recommend you do a Saturday or suspension until you get it together, until you learn to respect me as you do the other teachers. And they know better. See, they just try to be slick and smart, and take it all out on you. Don't let them take it all out on you because that's not fair to you. And it's not fair to them too because you're cheating them on how it is in the real world. You gotta let them know how it is in the real world by being real with them. What you could do too is if you hear another teacher's having a hard time with the kids, even harder than you. They see the thing is the kids they do listen to you. Sure, they're gonna make you work. They're gonna make you work hard. They're not gonna make it easy, but there's other teachers who have it way worse than you. So you have a lot to thank God for. You're blessed, and the other teachers blessed too. So let's say the kids don't really listen to you, but they do listen to you after a while, after you don't back down. But see, there's one teacher, they make it real difficult. How about you help that other teacher? Don't be scared of the students. I say, oh, since the students don't listen to me, since the students don't listen to that teacher, what makes them think that they're going to listen to me? Still, don't go by what they think. See, you can by what they think, but they don't care about what you think. See, you giving them all your power. You giving them all your degrees. You giving them all your expertise. You giving them all your experience. You giving them your adulthood, and that's why they're talking grown and talking back and cursing um, when they want to instead of listening to you. Don't give them your adulthood. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. That's where they jack it up, mess it up. And that's how they can get hurt when you get them what they want to do. It's okay if you yell at them occasionally. Well, at the class, don't yell at the students one-on-one because, especially those difficult students, they'll take that as a challenge, as a dread, and they'll put on a show and try to make you look incompetent or improficient, not proficient, as if you don't know what you're doing, and you do know what you're doing. You've been doing this before they was born or when they was babies. Just continue to stick to your guns, and they will respect you. It may take a little bit more time, but it's better late than never. Just continue to smile, continue to be optimistic, positive. You can get most of 99% of the kids to listen to you. Even the most difficult kids, even if they listen to you one time, you did your job as an educator. So don't be scared, don't stutter, don't stumble, don't apologize, don't beg them. And I know this might sound mean too, is please don't always say hello to them. I know that might be controversial. I know you try to say hello to them to be on their side and to show that you are a believer. But still, if they're not respecting you, and you always say hello to them, but they don't say hello back to you, that means that they don't respect you. That means that they look at it as you are bound down to them. It's up to you. You could disagree with me if you want to. I recommend that you don't say hello to them until they learn to respect you. But if you want to say hello to them every day and show them no hard feelings and show them that you are here for them, you support them, you care about them, that you're not going to give up on them no matter what, uh, it's up to you. I recommend that you don't say hello to them because if you say hello to them, they don't say hello back to you. That's a sign that they don't respect you. That's a sign that you respect them more than they respect you, and it's supposed to be the other way around. You have it backwards, or they have it backwards, not you. I know you're doing your best. Just don't give up. Once again, look at this as practice with the most difficult students or the most difficult class. If they get in that teacher who have it worse than you, double worse than you, a difficult time, try to jump in. And when you jump in a classroom, you don't have to yell at them. You could say, "What are we doing? What's a way where we could quiet down? What is? I'm open to suggestions, but be careful with that too. You can say, how can we quiet down? How can we get it together? How can we get back on the right track? And if you want to, you can get them quiet money, but they gotta learn it, earn it, where they gotta sit down for a minute. After they sit down for a minute, and you can do your chants. You can say, um, if you see me try to holler, say what's up. Then the students say she, he, and then they then don't stop it there. Then you can say, clap it up, wrap it up, dab it up. Another uh, attention getter you could use is you could use hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, or you could say hip hop, hip hop, clap clap, hip hop, clap clap, hip hop, clap clap, Tupac, stomp stomp. Mix it up so it doesn't get old or boring or corny. Or you could say hip hop, clap 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 clap. Wait, let me see. One second. Excuse me, I was off beat. You can say hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, Tupac. So you do hip hop, 4-time beat, 3 times, then you end it with Tupac. Mix it up. It makes sense. And you can say 1, 2, 3 or eyes on me. The students say Tupac, or you can say 1, 2, 3 or eyes on me, Michael Jackson. And don't be afraid of doing these attention getters too with the older grades. Don't just do it with the fifth grades. You could try with the sixth, seventh, and eighth graders as well, and they'll eat that up too. Overall, you are a good educator. You have very good class management. I'm just trying to help you to have great to excellent class management, so you won't just keep on getting 50-50 results or back and forth results with the students. You have this. You're ready. Don't let the difficult students make you think that you're not ready. They just are testing you. Even with the difficult students too, if they always have something to say, you can say, you know what? Instead of having the last word or always having something to say, that sounds like more work. To make extra work, make less work for you. How about you just do what you told? How about you just do what you told to the simplest directions? See what you do is you making the simple directions hard by always thinking that you have to have the last word and always thinking that you have to have something to say. I don't mind you speaking your mind and telling me what you think, but you don't always have to talk back. You don't always have to talk back in a mean way, or you don't always have. And I respect you for being tough, but I need you to. What I'm trying to say is, have a heart, but have heart, but have heart. The smart way. Don't just be tough to be tough. Be tough in a smart way. That's you can be my leader by helping me to take care of business. You can help me to get the job done. And then you can show them the Kobe Bryant quote by saying, job is not finished until you win the whole thing, until you win the NBA championship. You can show the students that video. And then you can tell them to remember the quote, is job finished? And you can use that too, even when you're not in that classroom and you hear that the students are giving that one teacher or two teachers or three teachers a difficult time. Once again, don't listen to the Satan, don't listen to fear, don't listen to the kids and make them think that you're the worst at controlling class. You're not the worst. You're far from the worst. And don't let them bring the fear to where you are not teaching them to your full potential. You know what to do and how to do it at a high level. They just testing you. I don't want to keep saying testing you. They just they helping you. They're trying to help you. Even the difficult students, they just bring the best out of you. So use those difficult students who talk back to you, who always give you a hard time, as extra practice. They are going to keep you on your A+ game. If the student says, do it look like I'm in this grade? You can say, actually you do, because you talk grown to me. You talk tough to me. So actually you do look as if you're in that grade. Say, actually you do look as if you're in that higher grade, since you want to be grown so much, since you want to talk back to me so much. And you could be one of the best teachers in the school, even the most powerful teacher in the school. Once again, don't let them take away your power. Don't let them take away your best, where you feel you're worse when they're talking back to you in front of the class. You discipline them here and now. See, and that's what they realize too. They pick up patterns. Kids are very smart and perceptive. They notice that the disciplinarian, they get the job done. They take away points. They write a referral. They call the parents. You could do the disciplinarian job, where the disciplinary doesn't have to come in to help you out, bail you out. And you can tell them too that, see, when you get in trouble and you rely on the disciplinarian to come help you or to come bail you out when the class is getting in trouble. That's what kindergartens do. That's what first grade do. Y'all bigger than that. Y'all better than that. Y'all don't need the disciplinarian for little drama stuff, for little kid stuff. Let's do grown folk stuff, as you like to put it, as you say. Since you want to be grown, you can be grown without getting a disciplinarian, without getting a dean. Not talking down disciplinarian or the dean. They're good people, but you don't need to see them every day or every second of every day. You can see them every day, but you don't have to see them every second or all the time. You can see them in a positive way, not in a negative way when you're in trouble. You can see them when you're doing the right thing, when you're getting a reward, when you're doing something positive, when you do something constructive. So tell them that that's up to you. That's up to the class. The choice is there. So you say, let's turn it around. Let's flip the script. Let's show the dean and the disciplinarian that we can get the job done, that we can finish the job, as Kobe Bryant once said, that we are on our purpose, that we're on our A game, our A+ game. And another thing, too, is when you get them money, uh, don't just give them the money, make them work for it. They got to sit down, first of all. They got to be quiet, second of all. And when you do give them money, don't let them be greedy. Don't let them take advantage. You have some kids that's excited that might take 5 or 6 paper money. Don't let them do that. That's ridiculous. Don't let them overwhelm you or overpower you. You say, no, you take one, as I said. Don't be afraid of speaking that sternness or that strictness. That's how they're going to respect you. And remember, doing fun things, that should be the easiest thing, or one of the easiest things for you to do. I know the kids going to have a lot of energy, but if they want something fun to do, it should be easier for them to listen to you, to respect you. The class shouldn't be out of control, out of all over the place. It shouldn't be like that. So, in other words, giving them fun stuff should be easier than doing math, than doing science. You understand? You said this is not hard. This is not math. This is not rocket science. This is basic directions. This could be as easy as you want, as long as you listen. The faster you listen, the easier it is. The longer you listen, the harder it'll get. You can tell them that too. That could be another quote. So you can say this could be as easy as you want it to be, or as difficult as you want it to be. It is up to you. I tell you that right now. I'm not backing down though. But be careful with that too. But I know you gotta. It seems as if you gotta be politically correct with these kids. But once again, with those difficult students who might have something to say, but if you want to say I'm not backing down, and the difficult student have something to say, remember you're more wittier than the difficult students. You're more wittier than most of the kids. You're more wittier than you give yourself credit. And see, they expect the fun side of it. They expect you to yell, but see, you're 2 out of 3. You're 66% there. Now, to be 99% there or 100% there, what you have to do is to act on while you're yelling. So you're yelling, you're telling them the what. They're not listening, but now you got to show them the why and the how. The why and the how is you write them up. I mean, you take away points. That's the why, and the how is you write the referral. You recommend a Saturday. You recommend a suspension. See, so you're almost there. You are showing them. You trying to protect them. You showing them the fun side. School could be fun. You're once again 2 out of 3, 66% there. But see, that's not winning the game. That's not getting them to respect you. To go full time with them, you gotta let your no be no and your yay be yay, and you do so by writing them up, by take away points, by calling their parents, by telling the disciplinarian and the dean. But you don't tell them that you're telling the disciplinarian or the dean, because they say, I don't care, because you don't do anything about it. But you tell them that you're gonna, if you keep it up, you're going to get suspended, you're going to get a Saturday. And say, most of them, 99% of them, they'll say, oh, I got to get my stuff together. You had that 1 or 2 who still might say, I don't care, or I'm not scared. But still, stick to it. It will learn to respect you. So once again, you have to do this at least 3 times with the difficult class, with the difficult students. That's how they're going to jump on board and do what you want them to do. And it's a transition thing. It's a process. It's not going to happen overnight, even with the difficult students. If you notice that they're trying to talk better to you, but they still talk a little rough, you can say, you know what? You was almost talking to me right. You got to keep on working on it, because you still sound a little tough. You still sound a little rough around the edges. If they say, oh, well, this is how I talk, you say, no, it's not, because I know you know how to talk to the other teachers, to the other staff, to the other disciplinarian, to the other dean better. If you talk to them with respect, you can talk to me with respect. Do Do I talk to you, me? If I don't talk to you, me, you don't talk to me, me. Or another way to, if the students are cursing, you say, if I don't curse, you don't curse. If I don't curse, you don't curse. It's plain and simple. With the money, when you give it the money, you could be creative by saying, what does the dollar S sign looks like? You can say the S sign looks like, but let them think about it for a minute. Then you can say the S sign looks similar to Superman. Or you can say, um, you can give them four fun questions. Then this is part of your teaching, four fun questions. I'll get to the teacher part in a minute. You can say, what is at the end of the S and at, no, what is starts with the S and ends with a T, or what starts with the S and ends with an E. Give them a minute to figure that out, or 30 seconds. Don't let it be too long. And you can say silence, or you can say, how does doing well in school relates to getting paid in real life? You can say, why do you think I'm giving you this fake money? You can say, if you listen, behave to the teacher, or if you quiet down, listen, listen and pay attention. Not only can you get the fake money, you can get all the real money you want. That's the life skills that you're trying to instill on the class, instill in the student's brain. You can say, even though you're not getting real money now, but if you listen, the quicker you listen, the quicker you can really get paid. And get paid the legitimate way, the legal way. You could get more money than you could. But, right, you got to be careful with that. By saying you could get more money than Michael Jordan, than LeBron James, than Tiger Woods. Then the students would say, those grown students said, no, we can't. They'll give us false hope. But you can tell them that regardless, you get paid money. Don't tell them the amount. You gotta be clear, specific, and realistic with the order class, especially the difficult students. Talk to them one-on-one. Talk to them slowly, clearly, and break it down to them into chunks, simple chunks, basic chunks, and eventually they should come around and respect you better. If not, you just discipline them, plain and simple. Now, with class management and teaching, what you have to do is, I know science and math could be difficult subjects. That could be the most difficult subjects, and sometimes math could even be more difficult than science to some teachers and to the class. Now, to me, but it's up to you. What you have to do is you have to don't spend a long time on the same topic. Maybe be 5 minutes. 5 minutes with the do now. 5 minutes with talk and turn. And what you could do too is you start. Let's say you work with the fifth graders with improper fractions or mixed numbers. The improper fractions is the big numbers over the little numbers, and the mixed number is the whole number in front of the fractions. What you do is you get them example and demonstration of the mixed numbers and the improper fractions on your own. Then you let the students, one or two students, give example of mixed numbers and improper fractions. Then they go over it as a class. See, they'll spend a long time on that one problem. They'll spend 10 minutes. That's how you lose your class. And maybe 5 minutes might be too long for some. Try to do 3 to 5 minutes. You go over it with them, spend 3 or 5 minutes. Then let the students be 2 or 3 minutes. Don't let that one student be too long too, because that's how the class might get off task. And even the decent students might get frustrated and keep calling you, and I don't want you to lose your patience and get frustrated and snap at them. Even though it's understandable that the students are getting frustrated, but make sure that they still respect you. Understand their frustration, but understand that they have to respect you no matter what. But the reason I say this is to help you to survive, because with math, it could be a little bit more difficult than science to me, because with math, that's usually an hour and a half block. With science, it could be just 45 minutes. So you got to work twice as hard or teach them twice as much content in math. So that's why, once again, when you are teaching the students, you have to demonstrate yourself for a minute, for 3 to 5 minutes. Then you let the students show you what they know, what they understand, for at least 2 minutes. Then you let the class go over the mixed numbers or the improper fractions for 5 minutes. And what you could do too before you demonstrate to them, you ask before you teach them, before you demonstrate, you can ask them what they know about improper fractions, what they know about mixed numbers. It's similar to before you read to the class, you can ask them what do they know about this story. If you're doing the ELA, let you can ask them what they did based on the title, what you think the story's going to be about. But spend about 3 to 5 minutes, not too long, because then they may go off topic, off task. You got to keep them on task. And you could do the money, the quiet money or the silent money in math too, because money and math, paper money and math goes hand in hand. That would be clever, that would be creative, that would be resourceful. And that could help you if you don't have a lesson plan right away. You can say, let's play store, let's play Monopoly. What can you do with $10? What can you do with $100? What can you do with $1,000? What can you do with $1,000,000? What can you do with $1,000,000,000? What can you do with $1,000,000,000? You can make it into a game, a group game. If they listen, if they could comply, then maybe they could play Book It. Maybe they could play Prodigy. Maybe they could play Kahoot. Maybe they could play Mario Party, the Shell game or Shell Guess, where they figure out the right shell with the money. But if you don't have a lesson plan, I recommend that you have 20, 25 questions of the mixed numbers or the improper fractions. Have it mixed. You can find this on YouTube. You can find this on Google, Yahoo. Write the questions down on the board, and then they have to figure it out on their own. If you don't have a lesson plan. And to make math or science fun, you could say you could be my math helpers, you could be my science helper, you could be my scientist helpers, you could be my genius helpers. I'm telling them that they're all smart, they're all intelligent, and they're all genius at the same time. And with science too, I didn't forget about science. What you can do too is, if you don't have a lesson plan, you can create an open-ended questions where they have to give you 4 or 5 sentences by telling me, is solar eclipse the same as it being daytime and nighttime? I know I got to clean up a little bit. You could say once again, how is the solar eclipse the same? Is the solar eclipse the same as it being daytime and nighttime? True or false? Give me 3 or 4 reasons why you think the solar eclipse is the same as daytime and nighttime. Is it daytime and nighttime during a solar eclipse? I think that's one of the best ways to answer that question. Ask that question. And if the student is confused, you can say, you get them an example, then they have to give you the rest of the examples. You get them one of your examples, and then they have to find 2 or 3 examples on their own. You can say, I think the solar eclipse is day and nighttime occurring because the moon passes the earth and the sun at the same time. And when the moon and the earth passes the sun at the same time, it causes you to see the moon and the sun in the sky. That's why it is daytime and nighttime, because the moon represents the nighttime, the sun represents the daytime. I know I gave you all the examples, but you can just give them a little hint. And that's what teaching, giving them hints and clues. Don't give them the whole thing. Don't do the work for them, because that's how they'll learn anything. That's how they get lazy. That's how they get bored. Make it be worth their while. Make it be X mark the spot. Make it be a game of hot and cold. Make it be them figuring out where the missing treasure chest is at. You can even teach them in the hallway too. I always say that. The best teachers can teach a class anywhere, not just in the classroom, but in the hallway too. You can get them science facts, you can get them math facts by saying, what is photosynthesis class? Or class, and the students says, the student says, yes. You could ask the class, what is inertia, or what is buoyancy, what is gravity, what is no gravity? And the students ought to know these terminologies. For math, you can say how many zeros is in a billion, how many zeros are in a million, how many zeros is in a trillion. And with the mixed fractions. With the mixed numbers or the improper fractions, you use the students as example, students' bodies uh, as examples of representing a mixed number or improper fraction, where the class breaks off into groups and they can be their own mixed numbers, their own mixed fractions. See, when you use the students, um, that's what the students' bodies, not that way, but in an educational way, that's what can make learning more fun, more hands-on, more creative, more resourceful, more genius. I'm telling you, try to use the students' appearance. I think that's a more better way of doing it. By explaining it, it's a more better way of explaining it. You use the student's appearance by letting them come in front of class and say, this student, Bobby is, let's say Bobby is the first part. Let's say Bobby is the denominator and Cindy is the denominator. So where would Bobby go? Bobby would go at the top, Cindy would go at the bottom of, which represents the improper fraction. Oh, another thing too is if the difficult student said, "Why are you mean?" You say, "If you be nice listeners, I'll be nice. If you be a nice listener, I'll be kind. If you be mean, then I gotta put on my game face. I gotta be a little tough." So, and then you could ask the students too. You could say, "Why am I yelling? Why am I being meaner than usual?" Anybody want to take a guess? If I keep being nice to you and let you do what you want to do, you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get hurt. So I gotta uh, toughen up a little bit so to help you stay out of trouble. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you to not only survive, but to drive, to excel, to do your best, to be the best version of yourself. So that's why I have to be a little tougher than expected, than usual. You can tell those tough students who like to curse and talk like you said, give an example of being grown besides being tough and cursing all the time. What's another example of being grown? Doing your work, respecting the teacher, listening, doing your best, not having excuses, having good ideas, not giving up, helping others, being kind. You can say that. Then you can take it a step further by saying, what's an example of being grown? Being on time for school, being on time for work, paying your bills, finishing filing your taxes, cutting the yard, taking out the trash, doing home improvement jobs around the house, fixing your house up, decorating for Christmas, helping the needy. That's examples of being grown. Starting your own business, watching Shark Tank. Oh, another thing I want to tell you too is if the principal put you in another classroom, let the students miss you. Don't just keep checking out on them every day. See, the more they miss you, the more that might help them to respect you eventually. I know some of the difficult students say, oh, I'm glad that the teacher's not here. You can't please everybody, but if you want the class to respect you, don't check up on them as if they're babies, as if they're in kindergarten. Let them miss you, let them come to you. I'm telling you, just wait a day or 2 or 3 days, and then you can check up on them. Let them look for you, don't look for them. I know it sounds a little mean, I know it sounds a little tough, but if you want the kids to respect you, you gotta maybe take a little break from them. And if the students say, why did you leave us? Why did you neglected us? Why did you abandon us? You could say, even though I might not be your teacher in that particular class anymore, I'm still your teacher. I'm still your 5th grade teacher. I'm still your 6th grade teacher. I'm still your 7th grade teacher. I'm still your 8th grade teacher. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be with you during field trips. I'm still going to be with you during recess, during lunch duty, during assembly meetings. I'm gonna be everywhere, and that's the beauty of it. I could be in more places than one, so you're gonna see me more often than being in the other classroom. So it's as if you're gonna see me more than being in the other classroom. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still your teacher. I could still teach you in the hallway. I can still teach you outside. I'm gonna teach you um, as much as I can. I know you might be confused. I know you might be disappointed, upset, frustrated. These are all validated feelings. And that's another thing, too, for the students to handle their conflict by saying your feelings, your anger, your frustration is legit. But the way you handle it has to be legit, too. How can you handle, how could you handle your feelings in a legit way? By talking to an adult, by talking to me, by keeping your to yourself, by not cursing. So you can feel legit, but finish legit. Start legit and finish legit. Finish what you started. So once again, you can have legit feelings, but the test is to have legit actions, so that your actions be more legitimate than your feelings. It's the same thing as actions speak louder than words. So once again, tell the students that action had to be more legit than their feelings by uh, talking to an adult, by not following the other students who is in trouble or doing what the other student did. If the other student is being mean, it'll be mean back. If the other student is cursing, they don't curse back. Now, if the other student put their hands on them, you can understand that they can defend themselves in self-defense, but they don't put their hands on the student if the student did put their hands on them first. And I'm not promoting violence. I'm not saying for the other students to hit each other, but sometimes if the student pushed them, it's understandable if the student pushed them back. But what I'm saying is not to allow the student to hit the other student first if the other student hit them first. That's all. And once again, you're not disciplining the student, you're disciplining their behavior. You could say, I don't have a problem with you. I know you think I do. I have a problem with you talking back to me. I have a problem with you cursing. That's the only problem I have. I think deep down inside, you're a great student. You have potential to be a student of the month or class valedictorian. But to help you get there, you gotta work on how you talk to people, how you treat people, and work on your curse. So I have no problem with you. I don't dislike you. I respect you more than you know. I need you to respect me now. That's the issue where I'm at. That's my concern. If you could do it, and I know you can. So correct the behavior, not the student. Discipline the behavior, not the student. And if the students say they don't care, you said the I don't care doesn't impress me. It doesn't get to me. What will impress me is you doing your work, you being a bigger person. You want to be grown. This is your practice to be grown in the right way. We're going to be grown in a positive, upbeat, productive way, not in a mean, evil, malicious, cruel, ruthless way. We're not doing that. And that could be your quarter day. We're not doing that. It's a new day. It's time for a change. We're going to make a change. You can say, I know it have you to do the right thing. I know you have it in you to fix your mistakes. I know you have it in you to make better choices. I know you have it in you to be a leader. I know you have it in you to do the right thing before, instead of me always telling you what to do. I know you have it in you to do these things. I know you have it in you to be better to your peers. I know you have it in you to be a little more mature, to do your best, to curse less. And remember, too, what you're doing is you are making it official. You make it official when you take away points, when you refer them, when you call parents, when you issue them a warning to a suspension or to being expelled. You make it official. See, you yelling at, they could care less. That really doesn't do much. It does a little bit. It offers temporary purposes. That's a band-aid, but it doesn't fix the surgery. It doesn't fix the operation. It doesn't fix the procedure. If you want to make an impact on the students, even a tough student's life, you have to take away points. You have to refer them. That's what will make it more official. That will make it more authentic. That would make it more real. That's how you keep it real with them. See, you being a phony when you just yell at them. See, they look at it as you being all bite, all bark with no bite. They look at it as you being all talk with no action. See, actions speak louder than words. In order for your actions to speak louder than words, you have to take away points. You have to uh, refer them. You have to call the parents. You have to suspend them. You have to, well, you can't suspend them, but you do have a little power in suspending them. You can. That's how they're gonna respect you, by saying, "Oh, this teacher means business. This teacher is changing for the positive." Now, let us change. Let us stop playing around. This teacher is no joke. This teacher is not all talk and no action. This teacher doesn't play around. See, the teacher think that you're playing around. So when you play around, they're gonna play around, and they'll play around more than you. And you know the students, they like to overplay. They don't stop. They could be evil with it, but they don't have to be. They'll allow. They'll do what you allow. See, you allow them to curse. You allow them to play around. You allow them to be class clowns. You allow them to talk back. You allow them to talk rough, because you're telling them, but you're not showing them the right things to do. See, the students, they'll do better if you show them what you want them to do. See, if you tell them without showing them, they're going to keep on doing it. See, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. You got to break it down um, and be a visual teacher. See, they're visual learners, so you got to be a visual teacher. You got to be a hands-on teacher for hands-on students, especially those difficult students. Those difficult students need visual lessons, visual learning, visual hands-on experience. That's how they're going to get it. If you tell them not to curse, they're going to say, we don't care. We're going to keep on cursing. But if you show them by take away points, by referring them every day, 3 days in a row or 3 times in a row, then they're going to get in and start respecting you. And then they even might apologize to you. Even if they don't apologize to you, as long as they do their best in catching their word. Once again, you can say, let's be word catchers or curse catchers by not using those words. And then when you feel that they have your respect, and you could turn it into a game by saying, let's do the N-word catcher, and you could throw a frisbee of the N-word by you, but not explicitly, of course, just saying, let the frisbee just have the N-word. You can say, what's a better N-word? What's a remix word? You can say, let's use some remix words. What's a remix word for the N-word? Ninja, what's a remix word for the B-word? Beyonce, Bruno Mars, what's a remix word for the R-word? Reeboks, relax, what's a remix word for the S-word? Sonic, Superman, Super Mario, what's a remix word for the D-word? Donkey Kong. See, the kids, they do want to listen to you. Even the tough students, they just need a reason why to listen to you. You understand? You're getting a reason by disciplining them, by showing them real life examples, by showing them videos, by showing them they could be successful, or they could either go to jail, boot camp, or worse. And they might know what the worst is. You don't have to spell out the worst part for them. And the worst in their jail is they could be homeless. You don't have to say death. You don't have to say that. Never that. So see, it's so much you could offer. You offer them a plethora of resources, of tools that they could use. See, so don't be afraid of using all the tools that you have. You have 30 or 40 years of experience that you can share with them. Of course, they're not going to learn all of it or use all of it, but they can use most of it, though. But that's on you. It starts with you. To let them dictate your learning, your teaching. Because if you do that, then they'll dictate the dynamic of the class, and the dynamic of your life, and the dynamic of your adulthood, your dynamic of being a man and being a woman. Don't let them do that. Don't let those 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds do it. Or even those 17 or 18-year-olds, for that matter. They're all kids and teenagers. Because here's the thing. They're not going to let you dictate their fun when they're at recess, or if they have a dance or anything. So just like they're not going to let you dictate their fun, don't let them dictate your work. Don't let them dictate your money. Don't let them dictate your pension, your tenure. Don't let them dictate your overtime. Don't let them dictate your after school. If I say, oh, I want to teach the kids, I want to get a promotion, but oh, those kids are too rough, I'm just going to stick to the basics. See, you letting them dictate, or you letting them dictate your money. See, they're not going to let you dictate them playing Prodigy or watching YouTube or watching a movie or being on the video games or recess or gym time. So just like they're not going to let you dictate their play, they'll let them dictate your work and you getting paid. Just as they're going to fight for their fun and for their play, you fight for your work and for your play. Then this is where you can get bold time. Get bold. You can say, you wanna fight in the mind, let's do it right. You wanna fight, you wanna mentally fight, let's do it right. Who you think's gonna win in the attention battle, in the attention getter battle? Who you think's gonna win in the dance battle? Who you think's gonna win in the leadership battle? Who you think's gonna win in the strength battle? Make it into a fun battle with the most difficult students. And some of the difficult students may open up. This might be your breakthrough. This might be your milestone. Don't be afraid of trying anything. Even with the rough energetic class, you can say, let's get all this energy out the way now, because after this, we're going to get to work. We're going to crank it up a notch. We have a lot to do. So get all the energy now. You get them a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. And you could play that Caribbean song where it says jump, 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 jump. Then you could do rah, 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 rah. Play that song. It's PG. Just to you have to think out the box with the tough students or with the tough class. Oh, one more thing before I let you go. Thanks for listening to me for 52 minutes. I know I've been talking for over an hour. But if you can handle my talking for an hour, you can handle the classroom for 2 hours. But let me conclude so I can let you get out of here. What I would like to say is, when you're teaching the students, don't just write everything down. See, that's too much work. That's where you make it easy and convenient for them. And that's why they're not learning anything or getting, I won't say learning anything, but they're not learning as much. Let me rephrase it. What you could do to make it worth your while, so you can work smarter instead of harder. Save your lessons in PowerPoint, or save it. You can even use Book It as a teaching tool too. That could be your lesson plan as well. You could turn that into Jeopardy. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Are you smarter than a sixth grader? If you don't know what to do, you could let even the questions, turn those into a test. You could turn it into an open-ended question. You could turn it into classwork for math, for reading, for science, for Spanish, for English. You could let it be as creative as you want. You don't really have to play the game. You could let it be a pre-game. If they do what you want them to do, then they can play the real game of Book It. And if you do play the game Book It, the students don't have to use the computer too. That's a smart thing. That's a genius thing. See, what the students could do is they can just watch the questions that you have for them on the screen, and you use your phone to represent the student playing. I know it sounds a little confusing, but once again, you have the laptop on of the game. You display the Book It game on the street, on the screen. I said on the street, excuse me. And you use your phone as the student. Pretend that your phone is the student logging in. And pick an easy game where you could go from question to question to help keep the class engaged. Once again, don't write the work or the lesson down, because that's old school. You gotta be more contemporary. You have to be more modern with the kids. You can mix it up. Not saying not to use the whiteboard, but mix it up with the whiteboard and the computer. Go from whiteboard to the computer to show them that you have the best of both worlds, that you're versatile, that you're the jack of all trades. Just something for you to think about. But I recommend, once again, the Book It. That'll be similar to you saving your work on PowerPoint with the slides for any subject. Once again, English, math, reading, writing, science, Spanish. That's what's going to help you to save your energy. That's what's going to help you to conserve your energy. That's what's going to help you have more stamina for the class. And once again, getting back with my quote, you could say, you might beat me, you might could fight me in the mind and with the words, but can you match my energy? You could say, let's have an energy contest. Who do you think is going to win in the energy contest? You do something drastic. You do something that the kids may not forget. And most of all, with those difficult students, you could say being grown is not cursing, not talking back, is looking a person in the eye, giving a firm handshake by saying, I respect you no matter what, no matter our differences, no matter how many times we go back and forth. You could, that's one of the most valuable life lessons you could teach a child if they want to be grown so bad. And you could demonstrate this to all the students, then the students could demonstrate it to each other. And you could tell them this is a positive way to show to not care what people think. If the student says they don't care, you can say, I I hear that, I understand, I respect that, but here's a positive way not to care what people think. Let's say you talk about my ball spot. You can say, don't mess with my Tupac, don't mess with my Andrew Tate. Well, Andrew Tate's controversial. You can say, don't mess with my Tupac, don't mess with my The Rock, don't mess with my LL Cool J, don't mess with my Neo, don't mess with my Shaquille O'Neal. That's all the bald-headed gentlemen. Don't mess with my Stone Cold. You say, I like Stone Cold. How come you don't? I like Tupac. I like Shaq. I like Michael Jordan. See, so when they think that they coming at you or trying to bring you down, if they making fun of your bald spot or you being bald-headed, you say, I like LL Cool J. I like Neo. Don't bother my Neo. Don't bother my LL Cool J. But if they bother your bright smile, I say, why is your smile so bright? You can say, the yellow, the banana, the sweeter the fruit, or the yellow, in the apple, the sweeter the fruit. If they trying to come at you, um, if you're trying to teach them or if you're disciplining them. See, don't let the kids steal your joy. Don't let those 10, 11, 13-year-old, 14-year-old steal your joy. That's what it comes down to. I think I said everything I need to say. Thanks for listening to me for nearly an hour. I appreciate you. I will talk to you later on. Have a blessed day. Please don't give up on the kids. And don't give up on God, because God haven't given up on you. And to stay prayed up. Pray that God give you the wisdom, the guidance, the understanding how to teach the difficult class, the difficult kids who always seem to say no and not say yay to education. They will come around. Even if it's one time, it's better than nothing. That's all I can say. But God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit is with you. He will direct your path. He will see you through from day 1 to day 181. You understand? If Jesus could do it by dying on a cross for us and go all the way to heaven for us, for our sins, he could, you can too. If he could do it, you can do it. If he could rise above, you could rise above the most difficult students. That's what I'm saying. If he could rise above the world turning its back on him, you could rise above the students saying they don't care, them cursing at you, them talking mean to you, them talking evil to you, cracking on you, talking about your hairline, talking about what you wear, talking about your teeth. You could rise above anything. You could rise above them fighting you and rejecting you. Just as if Jesus did. If Jesus could make it, you could make it. If Jesus could take it, you could make it. Just like he took on our sins, he took on our sins so you could take on the kids. He took on our sins so you could make it with the kids. So he made it, he take it so you can make it with the kids, so you can make it in this big bad world. So when you feel sorry for little you, say to yourself that I could, just as Jesus take it, I could make it. Remember, just even though the difficult kids are giving you a run for your money, it seems as if they give you a nightmare, they're actually helping you. They're actually changing your life. And what you could do for them is not only can you change their life, but you can save their life too. So it's a win-win for you and a win-win for them. So you help each other out. Even when you feel the kids are tearing you down. They're actually bringing you up. They're strengthening your character. They're strengthening your courage. They're strengthening your resources. They're strengthening the betterment of you. But that's all for now. I talked for over an hour. Thanks for listening to me. Please have a blessed day. See you later. Stay blessed. God bless. I will talk to you later. God bless.